Hi, this is Mr. Jerred, and I'm going to walk you through the line inventory handout for Studio One. First, you're going to get your name and your bell number at the top. Here in Part 1, you pick an example of a line type and write it above the box. The example here wrote zigzag at the top, and they filled the box with zigzags. Pretty simple. I will be using wavy lines first, then a spiral line, and the last type I'm going to use is diagonal. I have to remember to label them at the top and fill the boxes in an interesting way. For Part 2, you will redraw a better version of your designs above, but enhance it with a line characteristic. In the example here, the zigzag design is redrawn, but they used thickness as an example characteristic. So you see thick zigzags and thin zigzags. Okay? I will be using the thickness characteristic too for my first example here. Then for the next one, I'm going to use changes in length. And finally, I will take my diagonal design and use different types of continuity, dotted lines, broken lines. Notice I forgot to label boxes 5 and 6 in Part 2. That would take points off of my grade until I fixed it, labeled them, and handed in the assignment again. For Part 3, pick 2 designs that you've already done above and combine them to synthesize a new and better design. Do this in boxes 7 and 8, and then label below which designs you used for each at the bottom there. For 7, I combined number 4 and 5 designs, which means I used wavy and spiral type lines. And then I was playing with the characteristics of thickness and length. For my number 8 design, I combined my designs 4 and 6, which means I used wavy and diagonal type lines. And I played with the characteristics of thickness and continuity. Finally, when you're done with those, over on the left here, there's some lines to write. So you're going to write down if you think 7 is better or 8, and you have to explain why it is more interesting. You want to use some of your art vocabulary too, and you can use your vocabulary list that I gave you, or something from your notes. Everyone's designs are going to look different. So good luck on your assignment, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.